Alright, Old Faithful finally gave me one little issue. You can see that. Trans fluid. We just got that taken care of. So one of the lines you can see right there was leaking. So now we're gonna drive it and hopefully she doesn't leak anymore, but I just pulled the whole bumper off and got that one tightened up. So hopefully it's all good. Flashlight holder over here. So I know it's raining. We're gonna go over Otis a little bit because I'm gonna give this truck, and I'm gonna post this video early, I'm gonna give this truck until about the 5th. And if it does not sell by the 5th, now here's the story. A lot of guys are probably thinking that nobody hit me up about this. I did have probably about 10 people, 3 of which were willing to pay, 1 of which was willing to pay over what I was asking, but everybody wants to make payments. And unfortunately, I am not doing that again, and I don't care, I'm not doing that again. I'm not, because I need the money to be able to build another project truck. So here's where we're at. I made a post on YouTube. So pretty much what we're gonna try to do is I need to hit a $15,000 month this month, which is highly possible. I've been doing 10, 12. I need to hit a $15,000 month this month, and I will keep this truck. If anybody wants to throw parts at this, my P.O. box down in the description. If anybody wants to sponsor parts or certain parts of the build, emails down in the description. For I know a lot of these builds are sponsored on some of like the bigger guys that are running like, you know, $100,000 trucks. A lot of their stuff does get sponsored. I know a lot of it comes out of pocket, but I figure I'll leave it down there. Email in the description if you guys want to work with me on some of this stuff. But basically the goal is, if this truck does not sell, I know I said about doing a part out, but I really do like Otis. Otis has definitely, you know, played a big role in this. So what I'm thinking is I want to get a cap for Otis, and rather than doing the stack, I've found multiple hood stacks actually that'll work with this truck. So we're talking about doing a hood stack, a cap, and cab lights. Those are going to be the 3 things plus tint. Since if I'm going to keep it, I'm definitely going to have to do tint, but I definitely want the cap. The cap's going to have to get tinted as well. And then I thought about doing like some sort of bed build with like, you know, a camper style thing, like having a mattress and all that stuff back here. But definitely want to do that. But for what it is, Otis has made a huge transformation. Now keep in mind, it's not a perfect truck. There are the little things it needs. It doesn't have the AC charged. It doesn't have the radio working. I need to get a dash bezel for it. Little odds and ends here and there. It needs a horn. But if I were to keep it, you know, a 4th gen bumper is going to have to be a thing. You guys did see last night that I did have to come in here and tighten up the transmission lines. That was my bad, not really. I had another customer that had that issue when I installed those lines. I just didn't put them tight enough. So he came back, we got it taken care of, put some fluid in it, all good, and haven't heard anything from that. If Otis does not sell by the 5th, like I said, it needs to sell on stock wheels and tires for $9,000, or it needs to sell on these wheels and tires for $10,500, but I preferred you guys not to buy these wheels and tires because they do ride like shit. Now you guys are wondering, what did I do to this truck since I bought it? You know, we got the fender flares. There is a little bit of, you know, rust up top. You know, it is what it is. This truck is the same way, and you guys see how nice this truck looks. Also, and I'm doing this out in the rain for you guys, so hope you guys appreciate that. But we got wheels, tires, new fender flares, new mirrors, new tail lights on Otis. We also got a brand new transmission cooler, an actual OEM one. We got full send diesel transmission lines. We did a cold air intake, a diamond eye downpipe with a 5-inch opening. We did a bunch of stuff. There was also new stuff when we got it, but we did also do every single thing on the front end has been replaced. We got the power steering bled out, like that was one of the issues, but it's got brand new ball joints, it's got brand new brakes, brand new wheel bearings, brand new tie rod ends, brand new pitman arm, fucking everything is brand new up to the steering box. We put a ton of money into Otis. Now, I do think, I hate to say it, but I am kind of getting an attachment to this truck, and unfortunately, everything has a price. And the manual swap is coming on that. Like I said, I have the transmission. I am still waiting on the drive shaft to come back from Mashar, but this was supposed to pay for that to get done and the bike to get done. So now I'm going to have to pay for it all out of pocket. So like I said, if anybody wants to fund, sponsor, any of that stuff down in the description, email steve@cpstevemiller.com, P.O. Box 1064 at Carlisle. That's where we're at with this truck. It's definitely going to get some sprucing up. I know the rusty on the rockers, that shit doesn't bother me. It definitely needs some side steps. This needs some side steps. But this is where we're at with Otis. And Liam really likes Otis. Both my other boys love Otis. So we're just gonna have to make that decision. If you guys, let me show you. So on the inside as well, we are gonna have to, I'm gonna have to fill this thing up before I leave too, because I think Otis is out of fuel. But like little things, you know, I need to get this dash piece. I want to get a cup holder here. Josh has one, so I'm going to get that. All the other little things that were done to Otis. The previous owner did do quite a few things before he sold it to me. And we're going to do like a full, maybe I'll do a full breakdown on this at some point. But you also got to realize that I paid $2,800 shipping this thing halfway across America and then back, and for repossession. So the batteries are new. All the cables are new. The radiator was new. The AC condenser's new. Somebody just didn't charge the AC. The vacuum pump is new. The starter's new. We did just do a 0 plate. We got rid of all the bullshit over here. I still got to loom some of these wires, make it look a little bit nicer, but we fixed a shitload of vacuum leaks. We put a hot air intake on it, which is staying because this thing just sounds badass. You can see the alternator's new. All the lines for the AC are in relatively decent condition. The guy threw all that on, but he just never charged the AC, which is fine, you know, little things here and there. But we're gonna get that taken care of because I would really like to, you know, have some AC this summer. That's pretty much where we're at. There was also a bunch of other little odds and ends that were in the engine bay that I had to get rid of. Otis needs a good slam, but it's been a good truck. I mean, realistically, this thing has been a lot more reliable than that. I did have a situation with the fuel tank kind of dropping at one point, and then the transmission leak. Those were the two issues that I had, but this truck just drives. So I'm going to try to keep this short, simple, to the point. Let me know, guys, if I missed anything. But Otis looks a hell of a lot different and a hell of a lot better. I really did revive this truck because this thing was definitely headed more towards the scrapper. When I bought this thing, it was not a very good truck at all. You could not drive it. The tires were like this, and thing was just all around bad. The previous owner, I guess he hit through a fence, so he put the rear wheels on the front, and then the front wheels were so bent and broken and had holes in them that he put another set of wheels on the back. And I was able to sell those, recoup some money there. I think I got like $12.50 for those. But Otis is coming together. We got our 322 inspection sticker. Also, before we close this video out, I need to go over some of this stuff because I need to get some of this shit sold. So these wheels and tires, I need to get $750 for these. We have the original mirrors off of Otis. Those can get sold. We have the manual transmission swap interior for an 03 to 05. I have the good pieces in here as well. They're all good. I cleaned them. We have a tip 'em, and we have an instrument cluster, and then airbox, and this here. So if this doesn't sell, I'll probably end up putting it on Betty White, my other truck. We have a heat shield. Looks like my roof is leaking on this camper, so I guess the thing's gone, so I'm not super worried about it. I don't care that it's leaking because this camper's gonna get sold. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get up there and throw something on top. But yeah, this thing's gonna get probably thrown out. I'm gonna get these off there because those are still good. But there you go, stock airbox for a 3rd gen if anybody wants it. If anybody wants to buy this truck for $9,000 as it sits but on stock wheels, let me know. But if not, seriously, I'm not gonna take payments on this stuff. I've had a lot of guys ask. It doesn't hurt to ask, but I'm not gonna do payments at this point because unfortunately, you know, you guys saw how that worked the first time. I had to get a transmission funnel for last night. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna check the transmission fluid, make sure everything is good, and then we're gonna hit the road.